Hello everyone, welcome back to our platform AgriEdic. I am your mentor Tulsi for the subject entomology and nematology. In the last class, we had started already cyst nematode. We had seen biology and life cycle of the cyst nematode, how the scientific name has been derived and from which language it has been derived, and even we had seen about serial cyst nematode, its management method and its biology and life cycle also. Today, this lecture will be the continuation of the last class, cyst nematode. Today, we are going to see some of the other different types of cyst nematode like potato cyst nematode, soybean cyst nematode, maize cyst nematode, sugar beet cyst nematode. Start today's class. Cyst nematode, as it is mainly attacking potato, so the name is given as potato cyst nematode. Potato cyst nematode scientific name is Globodera rostochinensis and Globodera pallida. It was first discovered by Kuhn in Germany, but he considered as it is a form of Heterodora skachtai. Initially, Kuhn reported this type of nematode, that is potato cyst nematode. He misunderstandingly gave it as a Heterodorus casti, and he thought that it is a form of Heterodorus casti. But later in the year 1914, Zimmerman found that potato cyst nematode was completely different from Heterodorus casti, which is a sugar beet cyst nematode. And in the year 1924, Uhlenweber named it as Heterodora rostochinensis. Okay, initially Kuhn has discovered in Germany, thinking that it has a Heterodera skachtai, but later in the year 1914, Zimmerman told that it is completely different from Heterodora skachtai. After that, in the year 1924, Uhlenweber named it as Heterodera rostochinensis. But as it is having completely whereas in case of Heterodera, lemon shaped cysts are present. In case of Globodera, there are cysts which are in round shape. So Berhins in the year 1975, due to the contrasting feature which is from the lemon shaped cyst of Heterodera, he named it as the genus Globodera. Like this, the name genus, that is Globodera, has been arrived. But again, there are some one more species in case of Globodera, that is Globodera rostochinensis and Globodera pallida. How the name has been, how this two species have been formed, because there is a difference in the color of the females, that is whitish or creamish will be present in case of Globodera pallida, and in case of the pathotypes of Globodera rostochinensis, it is of yellow to golden color. So this led to an distinguishing between the Globodora rostochinensis and Globodora pallida, and led to the creation of one more second species, that is Globodora pallida. Like this, the other species name has been arrived. In India, the first potato cyst nematode was reported in the year 1961 by Johns from Nilgiri hills of Tamil Nadu. Potato cyst nematode is most commonly prevalent in temperate areas. This was first reported by Johns in the year 1961, that is from Nilgiri areas, that is Tamil Nadu. So first time report of potato cyst nematode was made in Tamil Nadu by Jones in 1961. Coming to distribution and host, potato cyst nematode, as I told, it is found in most commonly temperate climate because it prefers low temperature. It is vastly distributed in the temperate areas like Europe, South America, North America, Russia, and South Africa. And in India, it is mainly restricted to the area of Nilgiri, that is 4,000 hectares area in Nilgiri, Palani, and Kodaikanal Hills. Because these are most commonly temperate areas, so this type of nematode is found in areas like Nilgiri, Palani, and Kodaikanal Hills, which are most commonly bordering like in the areas of Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Kerala. And they will tell that this nematode has been introduced from the Europe along with the importing of potato tubers, because as it is the seed borne disease, so it can spread through tubers from one country to another country also. Potato is main host, so only the name is given as potato cyst nematode. But even it can multiply on other solanaceous plants like tomato, eggplant, that is brinjal, and certain wheat plants. But the one thing you have to remember, that is potato is the major host of this Globodora roastochinensis. Coming to the biology and life cycle of the potato cyst nematode, cyst, as we know that it mainly comprises of around 200 to 500 eggs, which can viable for several years, because the body of the cyst will be hard in structure. It doesn't have any doesn't or it can be prevented from adverse environmental conditions, so it can remain viable for many years in the soil itself. Hatching will take place only with the response to stimuli which is produced from root exudates of certain specific plants. Like this, here also potato cyst nematode will remain in the soil, that is cyst will remain in the soil. Hatching of the potato cyst nematode will take place only after the planting of that is planting of potato plants. After the root exudates are secreted from the potato plant, then only hatching, that is J2 stage will be come out from the cyst. Here the potato that is potato plants are having more compounds which can attract or which can initiate the emergence of the J2 stage, that is potato cyst nematode. One thing we have to keep in mind is in cyst nematode there is a staggered hatching, because only 30 to 40% of the eggs will be hatched in one season, whereas other remaining, that is around 60 to or 50 to 60% remaining eggs will hatch in other season whenever the conditions are favorable. That is, it may take around period of 8 years also. So long it can stay in the soil in the dormant condition only. So only the management methods for the potato cyst nematodes or cyst nematodes will be difficult as they are showing staggered hatching. Life cycle pattern is similar to other cyst forming nematode, as I explained in case of cyst nematode and cereal cyst nematode. The same life cycle will follows in potato cyst nematode also. Here the reproduction is sexual, where it involves male and female mating, and it is strongly favored by the sex attractants. The life cycle of the potato cyst nematode can be completed within 5 to 10 weeks under Nilgiri conditions, whereas the second generation may also occur in some time. But normally under colder European condition, only one generation can be completed occurs, which can be seen in a crop season. In case of Globodora roastochinensis, the Globodora roastochinensis will be rounded white females which will turn to golden yellow color or brown cyst later. But in case of that is Globodora pallida, the females first turn to creamish in color before forming into the cyst. Here one thing you have to remember, the difference between Globodora roastochinensis and pallida. Here in case of Globodora roastochinensis, the females will turn to golden yellow. Here in case of pallida, creamish or white in color. Females will be there. Later they will form into brown hard cyst. After that, the cysts are spread to the distant places through soil adhering to the seed tubers. As they are present in the soil, even the soil will be adhered or attached to the seed tubers, so they can spread from one place to another place. Damaging symptoms of potato cyst nematodes, you can see in the figure, these are nothing but cysts which are attached to the plant root system. After some time or after some period of days, they will get detached from the plant root system and they will be viable in the soil system. Introduction of the cyst to a new field often goes unnoticed, as the nematodes may not induce any symptoms, because even after introducing into the field or whenever the cyst nematodes has been caused infection to the plant body, it doesn't show any symptoms until the certain sizable population has been attained. After that only the symptoms can be visible outside. Foliage shows wilting, turning Now, these are the common symptoms as in case of all types of nematodes are wilting and yellowing and even stunting type of these symptoms will be common, and some of the leaves will be withering away gradually. Root system is poorly developed. Tuber formation, as it is the stem will be the economic part of the potato. So only the economic part gets damaged here. What is the economic part? Tuber. Tuber formation is greatly reduced. In case of potato cyst nematode, there are mainly pathotypes are present. That is ability of disease causing ability will be differing from one species to another species. That is nothing but pathotypes. 5 pathotypes are present in Globodora rostochienensis and 3 pathotypes are present in Globodora pallida. You just note down there are 5 pathotypes in case of rostochienensis, and in case of pallida there are 3 pathotypes. Coming to management strategies, alternating susceptible and resistant crops helps to reduce the nematode population. Use of some resistant varieties like Kufri Swarna, which has been breeded or bred in India. It has been developed against the potato cyst nematode, and it has been released or cultivated in Nilgiri Hills because as it is more prone to potato cyst nematode. Here they are following the use of resistant variety, that is Kufri Swarna, in 1920 in the year 1985, where it can covers up to 40% area under potato cultivation. And one more objective is breeding resistant plant varieties becomes a key approach for the control of potato cyst nematode, because as it is spreading from one seed tuber to another seed tuber, so breeding of resistant varieties becomes an important in case of managing potato cyst nematode. And some of the nematicides like carbofuran or or any 4-8, we can use it for the control of this nematode if it is in more infection or if it is causing more drastic damage to the plant. And biological control agents, some of the beneficial organs like any fungi or bacteria, Pseudomonas or fungi like Trichoderma viridi, those can be applied in or followed in the management strategies. And also soil amendments like organic matter and biofumigation were tested for or used in case of management strategies, management or managing of potato cyst nematodes. Here organic matter, we know that it can improve the soil fertility, and also thus these organic matter will improve the other growing of the natural enemies which can indirectly control the nematodes. And what is biofumigation? That is nothing but growing of these cruciferous plants as cover crops, or incorporating these cruciferous plants into the soil, which can convert into, that is in cruciferous plants we know that glucosinolates are present. These glucosinolates will be converted to isothiocyanates. These are toxic to nematodes. So growing of these plants will helps to control the nematodes. So biofumigation is nothing but planting of the cruciferous plants which can increase the isothiocyanate content in the soil, and thereby as they are toxic to the nematodes can control the nematode. Next is pigeon pea cyst nematode. This nematode was first reported as Etrodora trifoli in the year 1967. Misnamed it as Etrodora trifoli initially, but later it has been discovered as a new species known as Heterodora kajani in the year 1971. So in the year 1971, pigeon pea cyst nematode was reported is Etrodora kajani. It was widely distributed throughout the India wherever the pigeon pea has been grown, and it was also recorded in Pakistan and Egypt. Host mainly comprises the like kharif pulses like pigeon pea, green gram, black gram, moth bean and cowpea. These are the common host of pigeon pea cyst nematode, and even other leguminous crops are also included where it acts as a host of the pigeon pea cyst nematode like dahincha, cluster bean, horse gram, sunham. These are also act as a host of pigeon pea cyst nematode. Apart from this, the only exception in case of pigeon pea cyst nematode host is sesame. Sesame is the only non-leguminous host for this nematode. So this is an important point you have to remember. Where there are some exceptions, so you have to make those points as a an important. So and note down those points because exceptions will be more concentrated for asking in JRF exams. Here the sesame is the only non-leguminous root host of this nematode. And Heterodora kajani will reproduces only during Kharif season and is multivoltine in nature. You note down this point also. Heterodora kajani, what type of volcanism it is showing? Multivoltine. It takes 3 to 4 weeks for completion of one life cycle of Heterodora kajani, and two host roses can be distinguished on the basis of the reproduction of cluster bean. Coming to the management practices which are followed for pigeon pea cyst nematode. Initially, before going to management practices, what are the causes which is caused, like what are the damaging symptoms are caused by the pigeon pea cyst nematode for the host is mainly it reduces the growth and yield of the pulse crops. As we know that in pulse crops, presence of nodules makes an important characteristics as they are involved in fixing up of nitrogen. Which is most important for the pulse crops. But as the nematode is attacking the root system, these nodules size and number will be reduced, thus affecting the nitrogen fixation. So it causes around 20.28% losses in cowpea and 38% loss in green gram, 23.7% in pigeon pea and 67.5% loss in mung bean. And one more important thing is here the synergistic interaction can be seen between the Heterodora kajani and the fungi Fusarium udum, which can be reported on the pigeon pea plant. So due to the interaction between the Heterodora kajani, that is nematode, and fungal interaction, the pigeon pea, that is pigeon pea's yield will be reduced drastically due to the interaction of nematode and fungi both. Because individually it doesn't cause much reduction, but if they are present synergistically, then the loss will be more. Control measures include growing of the non-host crops, like as we practiced in crop rotation. Non-host crops like wheat, maize, rice can be followed in Heterodora kajani control. In infested fields, we can use intercropping of pigeon pea with sorghum, as sorghum is like non-host for the Heterodora kajani. And seed treatment with carbofuran at the rate of 3%, and seed treatment of Pseudomonas fluorescens and along with Trichoderma viridae with formulations at the rate of 5 plus 5 gram. The Pseudomonas fluorescens 5 gram and Trichoderma viridae 5 gram per kg seed, which can reduce the cyst population and also the wilt complex which is formed due to nematode and fungi interaction. Next is rice cyst nematode. Rice cyst nematode, it is causal agent is Heterodera oryzicola. First it was reported in India in the year 1978. Pigeon pea cyst nematode 1971, rice cyst nematode 1978. It is a serious pest of upland rice in Kerala, where it causes losses to the tune of 7 to 29%. In upland rice, the most causing nematode will be rice cyst nematode. And seedling mortality in patches, the common symptoms are seedling mortality in patches, stunting, reduced tillering and yields. These are the major field symptoms. When compared to transplanted rice, direct sown crop will suffer more damage when compared to transplanted rice. So for the control of rice cyst nematode, again we can go for crop rotation. That is 1 to 2 year rotation with non-host crops will reduce the nematode population. Most commonly for rice case, we will follow crop using of jute plant after growing of rice. After growing rice, we will be following jute for controlling of nematodes. This nematode also infects the banana in the states of Kerala and Goa. Next is maize cyst nematode. Scientific name is Heterodera ga. These species names are given based on the host species which it is going to attack. We know that the maize scientific name is Zea mays. So they have scientific name from the host scientific name only. They are taken Heterodera GA. This was first discovered in India in the year 1971. Later, it was also recorded in Pakistan and USA. Maize is the only major host of economic importance. So the name is maize cyst nematode. Heterodera GA is also prevalent in the maize growing areas like Bihar, Delhi, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh. It is a multi-holden species and active only during the Kharif season. And these three types of host races have also been recorded in Heterodera GA. You note down this point. 3 host races have been recorded, which can differ in their multiplication on different hosts. Like one host race is which can multiply on maize only, and one more is there are 3 host races which can multiply on maize only, which can multiply on vetiver only, and which can multiply on both maize and vetiver. So there are 3 host races which can be found in maize cyst nematode. Next is soybean cyst nematode. It was first described from Japan in the year 1952. Heterodera glycines. It is a serious pest of soybean and that is in Japan mainly, and other states of USA also it is prominent. Infected plants will show some of the characteristic symptoms like unthriftiness, stunting, chlorosis, and the disease which is caused by soybean cyst nematode is yellow dwarf. Yellow dwarf disease of soybean is caused by which nematode? Heterodera glycines. Diseased plants produce fewer and poor quality seeds, and this nematodes, if it is present very severely, it can destroy the whole crop totally, and it can be managed by using same crop rotation with non-host crops, and also go for deep summer plowing in order to expose the resting stage, that is cyst. See, in case of individual type of nematode biology and life cycle, or whatever we are dealing in economic nematology, you have to remember the specific diseases which are caused by different nematodes. Next is sugar beet cyst nematode. It is having historical significance because it was the first nematode which was reported in case of cyst nematode, and it was widely spread in Europe, USA, Canada and Russia. The host range is vast and mainly infests the hosts belonging to the family Chenopodiaceae and Cruciferae. Heterodorus casti, which is also called as sugar beet cyst nematode, is economically important species, and soil fumigation is effective method for the control of this nematode. And some of the trap crops like mustard and coal seeds will be used. As mustard, we know that it can secrete alpha tertinyl compound, which is very toxic to, or which is having repellent property to the nematodes. And coal crops, as I told earlier, isothiocyanates, which are toxic to the nematodes. These crops can be used for trapping the nematodes. Crop rotation with non-host crops can also be practiced, and this nematode is not found in India up to now. This is an important point. The cyst nematode which is not found in India is sugar beet cyst nematode, that is Heterodora casti. So we will stop here. This is all about the cyst nematode. We had seen in this lecture what all the topics we had seen. How the cyst name has been derived, what is the biology and life cycle of cyst nematode, and different types of cyst nematodes, their life cycle and even biology, and some of the symptoms which are peculiar to the cyst nematodes, and some of the diseases which are peculiar to the those cyst nematodes attacking the specific host, and also some of the management methods. Okay, we will stop here. Thank you.